Dear brothers, good morning, boys. All right. This is going to be to the point this morning, as I think this is something that's important that we need a reminder of, that I always need a reminder of, that I have to keep at the forefront of my mind, but I think we forget it and forget its importance to that end. Two things. First thing is always, under every circumstance, always tell the people in your life, your friends, your wife, your children, your family, that you love them. Always. I think that one of the things I have found with certain friends of ours, acquaintances that we have, is that they do not do that. And I think across time, that tends to bleed into a feeling of a relationship ends up being more of a compact or some kind of contractual obligation rather than a divine commitment, rather than a true relationship. And I think that that is highly, highly unfortunate that we've seen that happen in today's society. And I want you guys to consider this, that no matter what, always tell the ones you love that you love them. And I think that that was a rule my old man had when I was a kid. Always gave me a kiss on the cheek and said, "I love you, buddy." No matter what. Didn't matter if I'd screwed up, if I was in trouble, if I had done something wrong. And so I think for the people in your life that are important to you, that's something that matters, especially if you are in a role as a father, husband, brother, where things are going to go up and down. You're going to have disagreements. You're going to have arguments. You're going to fight about certain things. You're going to have to put people in their place. You're going to have to be stern with your children. However, those things are an aspect of your love for that person, right? You're not being stern for the sake of being stern. You're being stern because you love them and you want the best for them. You're not arguing about something because you just like to argue. Maybe you do. But you should be arguing about something because there's a purpose to it, because you love that person. You want the best for that person. You want your relationship to be fostered and grow. And so don't ever let the ins and outs of the day or the difficulties that you're facing in your marriage or the difficulties you're facing with your children cloud the fact that first and foremost, you love them. And that love is what allows you to go through those ups and downs and come out of it successfully. So do me a favor today. Just be conscious of that. Not just today, but all moving forward. Make sure the people in your life that mean the most to you are told often how much you love them, right? And if you're thinking to yourself that there are some people in your life that you say, "I love you" to, that you actually quite not, or you don't mean it, that's also something worth assessing. And I know for the vast majority of you that may not be the case, but I do know and have had friends in the past who they use that word as a filler. And I think that all of us in some capacity, sometimes it's just nonchalant. We just, "Oh, love you too." Don't let that happen. I think that when our words have meaning, they need to have meaning, they need to have purpose. And that specific 3-word phrase, "I love you," needs to always be with purpose. It needs to have deep meaning behind it. And I know that sometimes we get caught up in just kind of saying things back and forth. And, I'm not necessarily talking about, young love, where after a couple of weeks of being 13 years old, you're like, "Oh my gosh, I love this person. I told him I loved him yesterday." I'm talking about all of you that actually have deep relationships with people that you love, family, friends, parents, spouses, children. But make sure that when you say it, you mean it, right? When, every day, to the best of my ability, when my wife goes to work, I make sure that she gets a very prolonged hug, multiple kisses, and that she knows that I love her more than anything in this world, because it's, beyond the fact that we have no idea what time is going to give us. I mean, I've lost a parent very early. I've had several friends that unfortunately had shortened lives, and it's vital for the people that are here that they know that that person was loved and that they were told that they loved them. And so it's just, think about that today, boys. When you say goodbye to your spouses, when you say goodbye to your children, even if it's just for no reason, you're just like, my God, I just love this person more than I know what to do with. Tell them. Make sure they know that. Your love is what brings comfort and hope. Your love is that blanket that you can wrap around them that keeps them warm and comfortable. Like that, your love is the house that you put them in. And so never hold that back from anyone. And I make a quick second point to that, which is the time specifically that I think that matters most is at night before you go to bed. When you're in bed, you guys are about to go to sleep. It doesn't matter if you have fought. It doesn't matter if you had the greatest day in the world. Before you go to bed at night, make sure that you embrace your spouse, love them, give them a kiss, tell them you love them without missing. Make sure when you go to bed that the last thing that happened in your mind was that your spouse knew that you loved them immensely. I know that may seem simple today, that may seem quick and easy, and it's like, oh, Jackson, yeah, I should tell my spouse I love them. Let me tell you, the amount of people that start allowing that to slip from their lips, where they discontinue that, or it doesn't become paramount in their relationships, are the people who start losing friends, losing spouses, and losing relationships with their children. Because at the end of the day, your love for them matters more than anything. And maybe that's more actions than it is words. I get that. I know that I've had certain people in my life who tell me they love me constantly, and other people that their actions show me that they love me more than anything in this world. But I can tell you something. When you verbally hear it from the people that matter most to you in your life, it is game changing in terms of how you feel, because you know that you are important, that you are special, and that you are loved. So, to all of you this morning, tell the ones you love that you do love them. Make sure it always leaves your lips. Doesn't matter how often, but just make sure it is sincere and that they are fully aware that you are the protector, the leader, and the lover that is in their life that can give them what they need. I love you, boys. I mean that sincerely. God bless you all. Be strong. Get after it today. That's about it. Let's get some, boys.